In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to force quit Adobe Photoshop on Windows using Task Manager. If Photoshop freezes, stops responding, or refuses to close, you can safely end it through Task Manager. This method shuts the application down immediately, which is especially helpful when the usual close button doesn't work or the entire window is grayed out. Keep in mind that force quitting will discard any unsaved changes, so use it when you can't save or recover your work normally. Start by opening Task Manager with the keyboard shortcut Ctrl plus Shift plus ESC. This opens Task Manager directly, even when the mouse feels sluggish or unresponsive. Once Task Manager is on screen, you'll see a list of what's currently running on your system. The Processes view is the most straightforward place to look. You may notice sections like Apps at the top and Background Processes further down. Photoshop can appear in either if it's running or stuck in the background. Next, find Adobe Photoshop in the list. It may appear as Adobe Photoshop, or you might see Photoshop.exe listed under a Details or a similar view. If you're sorting by name, it will be under the letter P for Photoshop. The familiar Photoshop icon can help you spot it quickly. If you have multiple Adobe items showing, look specifically for the entry labeled Adobe Photoshop or Photoshop.exe, not supporting services like Creative Cloud. When Photoshop is frozen, you might also see it labeled as not responding, which confirms you're on the right item. Once you've located it, click on Adobe Photoshop to highlight it, then select End Task. This command immediately terminates the process, closing the app and freeing up system resources. You should see the Photoshop entry disappear from the list, and any frozen windows will close right away. If the End Task button is grayed out, make sure you've selected the Photoshop process itself. In rare cases where there are multiple Photoshop entries, end the one labeled Adobe Photoshop or Photoshop.exe first. After ending the task, you can relaunch Photoshop as usual. This action doesn't uninstall anything or permanently change your settings. It simply stops the stuck process so you can start fresh. As a best practice, save your work frequently and consider enabling autosave within Photoshop preferences to reduce the risk of data loss if an issue occurs again. That's it. Open Task Manager with Ctrl plus Shift plus ES key, find Adobe Photoshop and select End Task to force close it when it's not responding.